A great view here, as you can see, Robotics Officer Casey Chen is guiding Cygnus over to align with the common berthing mechanism on the nadir port, Earth-facing port of the space station's Unity module. Once Cygnus is aligned with the berthing port, we're guiding it into that ready to latch position. And we just heard from our robotics officer here in Mission Control Houston that we are about 5 minutes away from installation. We have received the final go from the flight director to install Cygnus. A nice split view on your screen of two different views. These are live views of Cygnus. On the left, you can see the vehicle with its two solar arrays deployed. And on the right, this is the camera looking out from inside that common berthing mechanism, looking at Cygnus. You can see those slow final movements as Cygnus is brought into the space station. Next step is going to be that RTL ready to start driving the latches. There will also be a series of bolts, 4 sets of 4 bolts, 16 in total. Mission Control Houston, we received a go to push in for that RTL ready to latch position. We are going to wait to start driving those latches until after this brief upcoming handover. Again, this is a expected and planned outage, so we are going to wait for that to pass, and then we will start the berthing process. We are referring to this installation as a berthing because we are joining two spacecraft vehicles. It's a different interface than docking. This common berthing mechanism on the International Space Station, the opening is a lot wider, so it can take larger payloads. This is a similar process to how the International Space Station was mated together. After we have all of those bolts driven, we have our installation complete. Teams will conduct a series of leak checks before opening the hatch door, and then the crew will begin to unload the cargo. We just heard confirmation from our robotics officer that we have fully pushed in and we have full RTLs, or ready to latch. We are go for full installation. This is the camera view from inside the common berthing mechanism looking out at the bottom of Cygnus. We are currently at the first stage of that installation of the RTL, where we are ready to start driving the latches. Our installation will not be complete until that second stage berthing. That's going to be once all of the bolts have been driven. There are 4 sets of 4 bolts for a total of 16. First stage capture is complete on Cygnus, but we are waiting for that second stage capture to be complete before we call out that final installation time. Again, first stage capture is complete on Cygnus. We are go for second stage capture. 5:33 a.m. Eastern Time, 4:33 a.m. Central Time. The 50th visiting vehicle to the International Space Station captured by the Canadarm2. The Cygnus spacecraft, named SS Dick Scobie, supporting Northrop Grumman's 21st commercial resupply service mission, was first grappled at the hands of NASA astronaut Matthew Dominic, with NASA astronaut Jeanette Epps acting as his backup. That first grapple time happened at 3:11 a.m. Eastern Time, 2:11 a.m. Central Time. Next, controllers here in Mission Control worked to successfully install the spacecraft on the International Space Station, and that just occurred at 5:33 a.m. Eastern Time, 4:33 a.m. Central Time. This concludes our coverage today. Thank you for joining us. This is Mission Control Houston.